Hey there guys, and welcome to the very special birthday episode of Pokemon Soul Silver. In this episode we're going to do the bug catching contest because I recorded this on a Saturday. So we have more than one Pokemon, we have to use the first one in our party. That's Croconaw, that'll do. Because Slowpoke, I don't really think Slowpoke can cut it with most bug types in here. Spearow would probably be a better choice, but Spearow can't really hang in there against the tougher bugs in here, so Croconaw is pretty much my safest bet. And there is a Pokemon in here that I want to catch and add to my team, and hello, there it is. You heard me correctly, the fourth Pokemon on my team will be Pinsir. Because it's one of those Pokemon that I've never really bothered to use. The only time I can remember ever having a Pinsir on my team was in my very first playthrough of Pokemon Blue when I was a kid. And I've never used Pinsir since, and I kinda feel that Pinsir has always kinda sucked. He's never really had the opportunity to learn any bug moves. He's always been kind of outclassed by Heracross. So I figured Pinsir is pretty decent starting in Generation 4, so I'm gonna use a Pinsir. It's also really easily accessible, because in most other games it's in the Safari Zone or something and it's really hard to get a hold of. But in this one it's pretty damn easy to catch, and there we go, we caught one. However, I was hoping for one with the Mold Breaker ability, which this one doesn't have. You can tell because if a Pokemon has Mold Breaker, it will tell you as soon as the battle starts, or as soon as that Pokemon is sent out. So just gonna keep roaming around, hoping to catch a Pinsir with Mold Breaker. Level 16 Caterpie, are you freaking kidding me? But yeah, the bug catching contest. Basically, you're supposed to catch the biggest, toughest bug you can find, and Pinsir will usually net you the win. Venonat is also in there. There's not an awful lot of options. You have, I think, Caterpie, Metapod, Weedle, Kakuna, Venonat, Scyther, Pinsir. I want to say Paris as well, but I'm not entirely sure about Paris. So that's really all you can get in here. That is an awful lot of bug Pokemon still missing. Ledybus, Spinarak, Yanma, Pineco, Heracross. Probably still missing a few. I think all the Generation 1 bug types are definitely in here. It's just strange that, considering this is technically a Generation 2 game, or at least a remake of a Generation 2 game, you'd think there'd actually be Generation 2 Pokemon in the bug catching contest. But nope, it's another Generation 1 Pokemon fest. Anyway, there's a Scyther. Scyther is also probably going to win you the bug catching contest if you catch one. But because I want to add this Pinsir to my team, I'm not going to go ahead and catch the Scyther. Also, you can catch level 18 Caterpies. That is just insane. I guess if you want to get a Butterfree at a decently high level, that would be a decent option. But I'm pretty sure you're going to miss out on a lot of fairly decent moves. Like, I don't know, maybe Confusion or Gust or something. Stuff which, for Butterfree early in the game, is pretty useful. Anyway, you can also get through the fence at one point in the park. You can kind of walk around, find some items, Soothe Bell for one. And here is a TM for Dig, which at this point in the game is pretty powerful. Base 80, you're not going to have a lot of moves at this point that are as powerful or even more powerful than that. So that's quite nice. And can we find stuff with Headbutt in here? Or, no, I guess they disable that in bug catching contests. Even though there's plenty of bugs you can find by headbutting trees. We've already run into a Weedle that way, and I know that's how you get Pineco and Heracross. But yeah, why Pinsir and not Heracross when you said earlier that Heracross outclasses Pinsir in every possible way? Well, that is technically true, but I already used Heracross in Ruby. Oh, hello, Mold Breaker Pinsir. And I kinda don't want to use the same Pokemon more than once. So I'm not really... Chances are you're not going to see me use Heracross again in any of my Pokemon LPs. Anyway, Rock Tomb is just a 2-hit KO. That's a little bit too much. Sport Ball. I think the amount of health that the Pokemon has remaining also comes into play when deciding the contest winner. So if you can, just try and catch the Pokemon with as much HP as possible. But Pinsir is pretty hard to catch. It's a fairly high catch rate, so you will definitely have to weaken that or put it to sleep or paralyze it or something. Croconaw cannot do any of that stuff, so I guess I'll just have to weaken it. Also, I probably should catch this because another Seismic Toss is gonna kill me. Come on, damn it. Please don't use Seismic Toss. Bind. Oh crap. I think that is also going to kill me. Come on. Okay, one more turn. This one has to do the trick. Come on, Sport Ball. Crossing my fingers, I'm counting on you. Don't let me down. Ah, damn it, Sport Ball, you let me down. Well, we're gonna... See, he's not even gonna kill me, or he's gonna let me die to the bind. Dick move, Pinsir. Well, and also if your Pokemon faints, the contest automatically ends. So it's a good thing I did already manage to catch a Pinsir, so at least I have one. It might not have Mold Breaker, but Hyper Cutter is a fairly decent alternative. Okay, I'm not in third already. Caterpie, that is a good sign. Second, Paris. Oh, I got this. I got a Pinsir. I'm definitely... Also, Paris is definitely in here. Winner is... What? I didn't even place? My Pinsir lost to a Caterpie and a Paris? What the fuck? Caterpie and Paris beat my Pinsir. Okay, the Scyther beating me I can understand. Because Scyther is usually... Scyther pretty much will always result in a higher score than Pinsir. But come on. Also Rash Nature, raises special attack, lowers defense, could be a lot better. It really doesn't do anything for Pinsir, but at least it's not downright... It's not downright annoying. Like, it doesn't lower its attack or anything, so I'll make do with it. Which of these guys won? I thought it would score higher. Yeah, you and me both, Samuel. Bloody hell, my Pinsir lost to a Caterpie and a Paris. That is just an embarrassment. Also, Hoot Hoot. It's nighttime now, so the Hoot Hoots are out. If you want to catch one, do it at night. I don't really know why you would want to catch one though, because Noctowl is absolutely awful. And I think Generation 4 was kind to it, with the whole physical special split and stuff. Noctowl used to be way worse. But whatever, we have a Pinsir now. Bug catching contest was one big failure, but whatever. It's not that I could really use any of the prizes anyway. I think if you come in first you get a Sunstone, which you use to evolve Sunkern, Gloom, a couple others, Petilil, Cottony, Helioptile, but none of those are in this game. Only Gloom and Sunkern as far as I know. But yeah, that could have gone a lot better. I kind of want to get back to the Pokemon Center now and start training Pinsir, because Pinsir will definitely come into play in the next gym battle. Gym 3 is a normal type gym, and it is also notorious for being downright impossible, at least back in Generation 2. Do I really have to explain why that Miltank was the destroyer of kids' hopes and dreams back in the day? Once that thing got a rollout going, it was virtually unstoppable. The only thing that could really reliably beat it, I guess, was like if you had a Graveler or an Onix or something. Something with really high defense that resists rock. That had a chance at beating the Miltank. But there weren't a lot of Pokemon that filled all those, that matched all those qualifications. So that Miltank usually just roll out, spammed your team to death. Also, Attract. Oh, the horror. At least I'm gonna have... the Attract shouldn't bother me that much. Slowpoke is female, Pinsir is female. I want to say Spearow was female as well. I'm not overly sure on Spearow, but definitely know that Slowpoke and Pinsir are female. Croconaw are definitely male. Also, this guy has a couple of Voltorbs, none of which seem to know any electric type moves. So that's very convenient. Slowpoke can just easily beat him up. Oh, that's an electric move. Shame it's not one that actually does damage. Why would he even bother charging if he doesn't have a move that can take advantage of it? Is what I'm wondering. So Headbutt takes out the Voltorb again. And he has another one. 4 Voltorbs, ranging in levels from 2 to 14. Why? I wonder why the hell would he still even carry the weakest ones around if you have one that's level 14? Do you really need 4 Voltorbs? Anyway, he goes for charge again. I wonder, does it perhaps know Thunder Shock or something at level 14? Apparently not. And no, charge does not stack the more you use it, so it's kinda pointless what he's doing. Unless he wants to raise his special defense. In Generation 3, when charge made its debut, it didn't even raise your... Oh crap, he has Spark. I did not think he was gonna bust that out. That is gonna kill off Slowpoke. Because the charge... I think charge doubles the power. So that's a bit of a bummer. Can Pinsir tackle? Can Pinsir live this? Nice. Good job, Pinsir. And that's even with a defense lower in nature. Voltorb is just that weak. Also really lucky he didn't go for Spark. Pretty sure Spark would have finished me off. And I'm pretty sure Voltorb knows Sonic Boom at that level, which will always take off 20 HP. Which is downright devastating in the early parts of the game. Now, I remember, and when I played Pokemon Y, I picked the Charmander at the professor's laboratory, evolve into Charmeleon. It learns Dragon Rage really early. Dragon Rage is basically like Sonic Boom, except it takes off 40 hit points, which in the earliest parts of the game is pretty much a solid one-hit KO on everything. Seriously, Charmander / Charmeleon is so cheap in Pokemon X and Y. And it continues to be so for a pretty damn long time, because Dragon Rage still is an easy 2-hit KO on most stuff in like the middle parts of the game. So if you think Pokemon X and Y are too hard, pick Charmander. Charmander will just sweep the entire game for you. At least well up until you get the Mega Stone, at which point Mega Charizard, X or Y will easily sweep through the game for you. Anyway, gang's healed up. Still have a couple trainers over here I still need to fight. Not going to ignore a single trainer because they all provide valuable experience and I really need all the help I can get before I'm gonna do the next gym battle. Because I really don't have anything that can stand up to that rollout and I'm kind of worried about it. Because Pinsir can definitely learn some powerful fighting moves that will help with the normal types, but he is weak to rock, so the rollout is definitely gonna deal with him quite easily. Oh no, not the headbutt. Well, I guess I have to resort to Water Gun now. Or Yawn, I guess Yawn works. Put him to sleep, and just hope the Disable wears off rather soon. Scratch. Well, I guess it would do more damage than Water Gun, which I'm sadly forced to use now because it's the only other damaging move I have other than Headbutt. At least he's asleep now. Come on, Disable, wear off already. Oh, Curse, of course. Guess that could work. Raise my attack, defense, lower speed. Come on, Disable, how many turns does that bloody take? I thought it was like random between 2 and 5. So maybe I'm getting really unlucky, or maybe I'm wrong about my information and it is a set number of turns that is definitely more than 3. Also he wakes up, goes for Water Gun again. Still doesn't really do much. Can I just please use Headbutt again? Freaking Disable, man, that is a really annoying move. And I remember in Generation 1, Disable was really gimmicky. It's technically still kinda gimmicky, but at least, I think starting from Generation 2, Disable just banned the use of the last move that Pokemon used. In Generation 1, it just disabled a random move. So you either got really lucky and disabled like the opponent's stab move or something, or their main attack, or you just had really bad luck and just disabled something they were never going to use against you anyway. But Psyduck goes down, and finally Slowpoke learns Confusion. That's about bloody time. I guess that might also come in handy in the next gym battle. And if not the next one, definitely the one after that, which is a Ghost-type gym. But every single Pokemon in there is Ghost and Poison type, so they're all weak to Psychic, so Slowpoke is going to be very helpful in that one. Although maybe not, because Slowpoke is also weak to Ghost himself. So it's either kill or be killed, and because Slowpoke is slower than every Ghost in there, he's likely the one that's going to keep getting killed over and over again. Anyway, here's another policeman with a Growlithe, sort of a police dog. I remember they had this episode in like the first season of the Pokemon anime where they had this police dog academy full of Growlithes, and I don't really remember how that episode went. I think it was like one of the Growlithes was, I don't know, falling behind or at a class or something, and Ash and friends helped him gain confidence and helped him to win some contest or beat some test or something. I don't know, it's been ages since I've seen that episode. Gotta be more than 10 years. Oh, come on. Slowpoke, did you seriously just lose to a fire type? Well, okay then. Pinsir, I'm hoping Pinsir is faster than Growlithe. Really? Yes, Pinsir? I'm quite surprised by that, actually. Although Pinsir is a fully evolved, well, stat-wise, it can definitely hang with most fully evolved Pokemon. So, I really shouldn't be that surprised that his speed is higher than Growlithe's. I think Pinsir's base speed is, I want to say 80. Yeah, I think it's definitely 80. 80 or like 75 or something, somewhere in that ballpark. Anyway, time to go and heal up. In the next episode, we still have a few trainers to fight before we can't move on anymore because something's blocking our path that we need the 3rd gym badge to clear. So in the next episode, we're going to battle more trainers and then go to the gym. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.